Firearms Insider Gun and Gear Review Podcast, episode 208. On this show, we showcase gun reviews, anything else the gun enthusiast may be looking for. We strive to evaluate products from an unbiased and honest perspective. I'm your host, Chad Wallace from the Firearms Radio Network, your source for broadcasts for shooters, hunters, and all things firearms related. And in this show, we'll be discussing the GunTec compression handguard review, the Switch, and the Enlightened. The podcast, we have Rob, Zane, Tony, and newcomer Jacob. So I'll start with Rob. What'd you do on guns this week, whatever, something like that?
Not a daggum thing. Nothing. I've been too busy dealing with sick family and trips to hospitals and whatnot, taking care of family, so I have not had time to do anything in guns over the last week or so.
Well, okay. I know Zane and Tony did, so we'll start with Tony.
All right, there you go. I had to unmute myself. The last diversity shoot of the year took place at Gunfire Range in Woodland Park. We had about 50 people come out, which was great. We had a lot of new people. We had some really cool guns. I'll be posting pictures up. NRA ILA came out and spoke. We also had local group CNJFO came and spoke. It was pretty cool. We had one of the guys that's on Bill Frady's show. He came from the Artemis. I don't know. He had some really complicated name for a website. 2A guy out of New York. They actually explain a lot of people so they don't get in trouble in New York City. So you can go to their website. But I would give it to you, but he was a little annoying. He was an adjunct professor from John Jay, and he sounded like it. And we had to pretty much. Oh, you should have seen Sean. We shook him off and started a raffle in the middle of the guy speaking because he would not shut up. But we had a good time. We had a bunch of really cool guns. I got some cool photos. If you guys saw the gold Desert Eagle I put there just for clickbait today on my Instagram. I think that's all I did, right? Yeah, that was last week. Yep.
Sweet.
That's what I did in guns.
Sweet. Well, we'll go to Zane now because he went and shot some like weenie shotgun loads or something.
I did.
Oh, yeah,
I went to the NRA law enforcement instructor program last week at the pistol and shotgun programs, 5-day course, 44 hours, I think. And yes, I shot reduced recoil buckshot load because I'm a little guy and I don't like a lot of recoil. But actually,
all right, somebody insert the sound of a baby crying right now, please.
Hey. Listen, most of the class was shot with slugs anyways, and I did not have reduced recoil slugs, so whatever. No, it was a good class. I had fun. The NRA law enforcement division is a lot better than their civilian counterparts. I'm a certified instructor in both, and while there's still some stuff I was like, it's kind of outdated, but it's 100 times better than the civilian counterpart. So, which isn't bad stuff. It's just not. It's kind of old, kind of outdated. The civilian side is. So this was a lot better. Still, it's different from a lot of other instructors I've gone through. But every instructor has their own way of doing stuff. So, good time. Put a lot of rounds downrange. Got to meet some people, network a little bit.
Sweet.
Oh, awesome. Love that.
Where do you now, Jacob? Oh. Go ahead.
Say
Tony.
what? Where to me? What did I do this week? Is that
sure.
what
firearms, guns.
So a couple of years ago, I was drunk in Portugal and went into a gun shop and bought a Merkel side-by-side 20 gauge in a gun store. And so I'm filling out my paperwork to self-import a shotgun from Europe.
Sweet. Yeah. I hear it's not that hard.
It's not. It's just they don't speak English. They speak Portuguese. And so they don't understand the model. I'm like, I need the model. And they're like, yeah, the model is side by side. I'm like, great. So also trying to get my all my trophies out of embargo in Atlanta from my last African safari. And just found out that my girlfriend's rifle is here from. We ordered her a rifle. She's going on safari with me next year, so her rifle just arrived today. That we can't have because I'm in Brooklyn right now, but we're behind the lines. But that's basically I did a bunch of paperwork this week, gun paperwork.
Hey, that's better. Let's see. The only thing I did was write a review that we're gonna go over later. But yeah, besides that, I kind of have been busy because of the holiday season, and we went and got a Christmas tree, and I had to work and crap like that. So I didn't really do anything.
I want to finish an article
exciting
on the M&P Compact, the new 2.0 Compact. I got an article on that. Yeah.
We're gonna blow off the fact that, like, what kind of rifle does his girlfriend have? What caliber? Who makes it?
I just ordered her the new Weatherby Camilla in 308, right? Because we're gonna do some plains game hunting. So she's got a Weatherby Camilla coming, and we'll do a can. We'll pick up a can locally in Johannesburg when we get down there, threaded for the rifle, so she can hunt with that. Probably do a, I don't know, probably a Leopold or a Zeiss piece of glass on it. But not real sure. But it's fitted. I don't know if you guys know about the Camilla. My girlfriend's like 5'10" and really like thin, and so the Camillas are, they're made for women. They have longer necks and all that stuff. So it's a female rifle. It's got a thinner comb on the stock, and it's a Weatherby, which is strange. I've never bought a Weatherby before. I got a Weatherby shotgun, but never bought a Weatherby rifle.
Well, okay. Sounds like it would fit Zane.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then I'll be using my McMillan Prodigy when we go over.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not for Zane, though. They don't sell reduced recoil 308 loads.
You might be able to get it.
Download it.
You might be able to get it in 22 long rifles for Zane.
Yeah. Laugh it out. You guys are hysterical.
It's why we love you on here, Zane.
Come on, Zane.
Honey, when were we in Texas? Mm-hmm. We were in Texas like last week sometime, and she shot the new Savage, or was it the Savage or the Springfield, whatever they got, that new 6.5 Creedmoor semi-auto, and then we had a McCree Precision 6mm Creedmoor, and she was shooting those.
Yeah, 6mm is going to be the new thing, I guess.
I think we talked about the Savage 6.5 on this show a couple weeks back.
I think that was like a month or so ago, or bit. I don't know.
The AR-10 version, right?
Yeah.
That's it.
Yep.
All right.
Well, I guess we'll get into the announcements now. Bandwidth sponsors Patriot Patch Co. New patches for pre-order and new patch of the month club. The patch of the month is 'Tis the Season, and we have a picture of it right here because mine showed up. I did put a picture of it as a tree topper on Facebook. I had to take it down because my wife finally noticed. Have tactical stocking patch for pre-order, which looks pretty cool. That looks like to be about the only new one they have up. So, but it looks pretty sweet. Listener support program. You can go to firearmsradio.tv/pledge gun gear review podcast and support us with some money if you would like. You can also support the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv/pledge. If you're shopping Amazon, please use our affiliate link at firearmsradio.tv/Amazon. And if you want to donate stuff from Sean at Black Bag Resources, Train, and his 2A4E diversity shoot, you can use the code all caps Simon Says Train, and everything you buy with that code will be donated to Tony. So I guess we are into the main topic, and I have the GunTec compression handguard review for you guys today because, well, it sounded like something I could write a review on this weekend because I've used it for a while. They actually sent me this handguard for review. They also sent one exactly like it that we gave away for our 200 episode. So one of them went somewhere to some lucky listener / follower. This one's, it is a 15-inch. This particular one, it's black for now. They also make, GunTec makes tons of AR accessories. None of them are super high priced. None of them are super low quality that I've noticed. I did notice with this compression handguard, they put QD mounts. I'm going to turn this upside down. Back towards the rear of the rail. There's one on this side and one on this side. So they don't have any at the front, which is fine with me, but other people might have a problem with that. It did come with that one QD swivel, so that's kind of a plus too. This is an M-LOK handguard, so it has M-LOK slots all the way down at 3, 6, and 9. It has a full top pick rail, as you probably noticed. And then it has these diamond cuts throughout the whole thing to lighten the weight. The anodizing, it's a little dull, but it's not. I took a knife to a spot, and it's not like it scratches any more or less than any other high gloss one. So I don't think there's anything to worry about. It's just, if you put some oil on it, it makes it a little bit better. It soaks it up kind of more like, I don't know, soaks up oil kind of like parkerizing does. Installation of this handguard is probably the easiest handguard I've ever put on anything. It comes with a barrel nut. Basically, you take your old stuff off, put the barrel nut on, tighten it down to the proper torque, which is your standard AR-15 barrel nut torque. You don't have to index it or anything. It's small enough that the gas tube just slides right over. So you basically put it on, and since it is their compression handguard, you slide this up, line the top rail up with your receiver, and tighten the 4 screws down until it's clamped on. That's how easy it is. This particular handguard, as you can see in some of the pictures, and I don't know if you'll be able to see it here, there's a little gap, and the rail sits a little lower than the receiver. Their other handguard that I actually reviewed, I don't know, 6 months ago or a year or something, was not the compression style, but it did not do that. So I think it's something to do with the compression handguard, because I've never had any trouble with this particular receiver. So it's not, as you could tell, it was pretty small difference in height. So if you put a actual iron sight on it, you don't have to worry about it not being able to zero it or something. It's just kind of noticeable and could be irritating if you were to try to actually mount some sort of sight between it and the receiver. I was a little hesitant about compression style handguards. I mean, I know companies have been using them for ages. So I did kind of shove it up against some 2x4 barricades at the range. I don't know if they were really barricades, but they were the 2x4s and 4x4s and 6x6s that hold the roof on the range. So I'm assuming that was probably pretty good, worth it. The thing didn't twist or do anything weird. So, and really, if you look at it, there's quite a bit of clamping force on the barrel nut. By the time you tighten those 4 screws down, I mean, it's an area probably 2.5 inches wide. And so there's that. I did like how the handguard feels. It's a good size. Basically, if you measure from the top of the rail to the bottom, it's like 2 inches. It's 1.5 inches outside diameter at the other spots all the way around. The inside diameter is 1.34 inches. So if you want to mount a suppressor under it, I doubt you're going to find one that fits. But I don't think it was really designed for that. You'll definitely need a low profile gas block, as you could probably tell. The whole combination on my scale weighed 10 ounces. So pretty lightweight, not the lightest out there, but for an aluminum handguard, that's pretty good weight reduction for a 15-inch full one. If you do a bunch of mag dumps, or if you were to put it on an auto, because of the small size, it's going to heat up. You can notice it, especially if you do, 3 or 4 mag dumps, 30 rounders. It didn't really bother me, but that's kind of just something to take note of. There is a little bit of flex out at the 15 inches. I don't know if I can show it on the video, but yeah, but it does flex a little bit. Kind of, I mean, every, uh-oh. What the heck is that? Okay, that's better. Where was I? Oh, so them having put the QD mount down towards the bottom made it nice because you're not going to flex the handguard down there. It also comes with some rubber M-lock plugs. They just kind of push into the slots and give it a little rubbery grip. I put them up here. I don't know if you can really see them that good, but they're on there. You can see them in the pictures on the actual Firearms Insider site if you want to go look at it. So, if you're looking at some value-priced AR parts, go check out GunTec. I mean, this particular one wasn't my favorite because of the rails not lining up. So we'll get into that here in a little bit. But their stuff won't break the bank. They make tons of stuff. So if you don't like this particular one, they make like something you like. The Firearms Insider review, 8 key points. Excuse me. Claim to fame, it's a 15-inch compression style handgun for modern sporting rifles. Target market, anybody who wants a 15-inch handguard, basically, that's small. Features and benefits, it is T6 aluminum. It uses a proprietary lightweight aluminum barrel nut, which look to be exactly like their other barrel nut on their other ones, which they say is proprietary too, because everybody's are different. Total weight's 10 ounces. Triangle diamond cuts throughout to reduce weight. The rail system slides over the barrel nuts, clamped on 4 screws. It has a monolithic style top rail. We went over 15-inch length, 1 3/4 inside diameter, 1.5 outside, and it is made in the USA. You can also get this in 10 and 12-inch versions if you don't want to go the full 15 inches. I could not find anything, so you guys are lucky. We don't read them anyway. There is a link to another review that somebody did. It's just a Facebook review, but it is in the thing. The price point, they're around $150. They're not on the website as of writing, so pretty much you have to email them if you want one. So if you need it now, you have to go to GunTec USA. So for our rating, the pros, it is lightweight. It is M-lock. It has QD points. It does come with a QD swivel, so hey, that's a plus. It installs easily. It's made in the USA. It comes with a little rubber M-lock covers. It is small diameter. The cons, rail doesn't line up with the receiver. It is dull anodized, and they do not come with any instructions, but if you could put one on, it's pretty obvious. So I gave it a score of 6.5, which is okay. And basically, it would have got a better score if the rails lined up. So that's that review. You guys got any questions on it?
Glock mags?
Huh? Glock mags?
Somebody asked if it takes Glock mags.
No.
From Tim at the Military Arms Channel. Somebody always asks, no matter what he puts out, does it take Glock mags?
Well,
no.
When Glock starts making a real rifle, it might.
Nice. Well, right after they finish making the 1911. You know, if
right.
Glock makes a 1911. You know, if Glock makes a 1911, either Zane will be the first one in line to buy it, or the first one that jumps in front of a train.
Probably the train.
Yeah, that's what was going to be my guess too.
No, I was. My only question was about the heating when you shoot it a lot. Whether it has obviously no heat shields at all. It is what it is. I mean, you want something lightweight, and mag dumps are
Well, and the truth is how often do you actually shoot that much? I mean,
other than the class.
Yeah,
I was gonna say if you're doing classes, you're gonna shoot a lot, but
if you're going to a class, typically, well, most people that go to a class of carbine class are gonna take some sort of glove because
they're not gonna wear an oven mitt.
I mean, how hot does it get?
You've never taken classes in South Florida. Apparently, we don't wear gloves.
I've never worn a glove in a class.
No.
I've shot a few rifles that you had to wear a glove. They were so hot. So this is not one of them.
You do understand, Chad is old, and he probably has an asbestos mitten for the belt
from the
M60 shot during the war.
Yeah,
M60.
I have a pair of the ones that the Germans used with the MG42s when they had to change barrels.
Of course you do.
Because they were issued to me, because I'm that old.
Exactly.
Well, I thought the ones you were issued were the ones Washington used.
No, they didn't have gloves then. Okay.
One thing you said in the review is that because it's narrow inner diameter, you need a low pro gas block. And anyone who follows my Instagram knows that you absolutely do not need a low pro gas block if you have a Dremel.
No, that is not fully true though. Because depending on how you grind off your A2 front sight post, it may not actually fit in this small diameter. And
it'll fit under an M5 rail for sure.
Yeah.
I know that for sure.
The one I have in for review, I guarantee it will fit under.
Right, but it's a large diameter.
Yep, and that's how Zane and I get the reputation of breaking everything.
I won't mention that I've turned a few down, and I have actually ran into a problem with a handguard that was about this size, and it was because I had to grind it down right where the little pieces fit, and that was the only reason. So, I mean, it ended up working. Oh, speaking of dogs, let's see. I guess we'll get into the product spotlight now, and luckily we have Jacob here because he might be able to enlighten us on this switch rifle maybe a little more than we know. So now we're up to the proof research.
I'm a rifle guy,
rifle.
right? I love bolt actions, and when I've read this thing, I was just started laughing.
This is good. So I'll go through the details.
You read the stuff before we trash, or can we just start trashing it now?
No, let me read the stuff first.
Oh, okay.
Okay, basically it's proof research's intro or whatever into the rifle, custom rifle or semi-custom rifle. I don't know how you want to put it. MSRP is $3,999. For that price, well, you get your choice of 223 Remington, 6 Creedmoor, 6.5 Creedmoor, 260 Remington, or 308. With it looks like 7mm 08 if you add on barrels, which you can buy for extra. It's pillar bedded, precision ground, controlled feed. Well, that in my case that's a plus. Savage style threading on the barrel nut, so it's easier to change barrels. I mean, it's still not super easy, but it is a lot easier than others. It's an interchangeable floating bolt head for consistent lockup accuracy and multi-caliber versatility. Basically, they offer a 390 and 480 bolt face size as of this writing, and I'm assuming that's because of the calibers they offer. Let's see, it's threaded. I would hope so for that price. Oh, it's compatible with Accuracy International pattern mags. It comes with a 20 MOA pick rail, the carbon fiber stock. It has a half MOA guarantee. Oh, wait, I'm out of stuff to say about it. Let's see here. Do they make the action themselves? Does anybody know?
I know.
No.
Oh, good.
Don't they use Bighorn?
Defiance makes their action.
Okay, so it's a Defiance action. Well,
Yeah.
at least it's a decent action. So yeah, I didn't know, and I figured they weren't making it. So that's
one
rifle.
caliber though. For $4,000, you get one caliber. You don't get all those calibers. Yeah.
No. It's you choose one, and
Yeah.
then you can buy the extra barrels. Which
okay.
If you don't have
Cost how much?
$4,000,
Like 4,000. It's not bad as far as.
it's for what the rifle is with their barrels. If it's got a Defiance action, the price isn't. It's worth the price. It's just, do they really think you're going to change barrels on this thing?
Nobody.
That's the only thing I get.
Freaking nobody. Look,
it's
okay. I fuck it. Look, this is bull crap. All right.
26
right now.
26 minutes.
I know.
Thanks, Tony.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It slipped out.
That's okay.
It did, because this really annoys me. It is like one of the only companies I know has a bunch of swappable stuff. And that's in the Contender line, and even that's not super popular. Almost everyone on this show has an AR-15. You could swap the uppers on them and shoot a buttload of stuff, and I don't know anyone who keeps one lower and a bunch of different uppers for an AR. So could we stop puffing smoke up everybody's butt that somehow I'm going to drop $4,000 on this, and then however much their proprietary freaking barrels are, you're going to do that too? No, if you got $4,000, you probably got 3 or 4 rifles you take on an important hunting trip, not just one. Oh,
I think Tony said it, but yeah, that's the only thing I don't get about this is the switchable.
They'll sell them in Europe.
Oh, that's true, because
rifles.
So they'll sell them in Europe, right? Smith & Wesson tried that a couple of years ago, swappable barrels, and Blosser. You can buy a Blosser right now. They're about the same price, and you can swap the barrel out with no tools. It's a great concept. They're a great gun. They're $4 or $5,000 a piece. They sell, they'll sell 1,000 Blossers a year in the U.S. Same thing with Proof, right? On this gun at that price level, if they sell 1,000 of these in the entire United States, that's a great product.
You might need these in Jersey next year.
No, look. Again, he's right. I mean, stuff is specialized. A lot of things will sell overseas because they're limited to the number of firearms they're actually allowed to own. So something like this makes sense. In Jersey, having something like this, the SIG 320, where you can swap the bodies out because it's such a pain in the butt to get pistol purchase permits. So yeah, that. But as I'm looking at their website, as I'm looking at their videos, and they're acting as if somehow I'm going on a hunting trip with like $7,000 worth of one firearm. Got to be out of your cotton pick and blooming.
I go on a hunting trip. My Macmillan Prodigy was way more than this. People spend a lot. Like if you go to Holland in the city, I'm in Brooklyn, so if you go to Holland, people spend a lot of money on rifles. But I don't think anybody's going to take hand tools to change their barrel.
Well,
yeah,
and that's the thing. You have to torque wrench.
Yeah, still
you need
torque wrench.
Yeah, and then you need chamber, gauges to set your headspace.
No, they should chamber. I think what the whole point is that you don't have to do that. Like I think it goes like the Blosser. It goes in and out itself headspaces. But you still need a vise. If I was going to spend $4,000 on a rifle change barrel out, I'd get a Blosser. You take the round, you pop the barrel out, and you put a different round in, rock and roll.
Yep. Yeah, I mean that's exactly. That's why
I looked at not only the kit, but like all the very small parts you have to swap out. And I'm like, and where are you going to do this at? I mean, the back of a truck. They initiated it on the back of a truck, but when they tore it down and showed it to you, it was in the studio. I'm like, yeah, everything's cool till somebody bumps into the truck, knocks your small part in some deep mud, and now your $4,000 plus rifle's worth absolutely nothing.
It's a good paperweight.
They'll sell 50% of them in the European market.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a market for it, but I don't think.
Yeah.
I think they're going off more of their name. I mean, they already make barrels, so why not?
Yeah,
make
I mean, they make rifles too. They'll sell 500 or 600. I mean, when you're talking in the $4,000 rifle range, a lot of the guys that make $4,000 rifles, they'll sell about 500 guns this year. They're successful business.
Oh and that's the thing is, Proof probably figures they'll sell 250, and anything past that's like, hey, great.
Yeah, they can definitely get 500 people to buy one.
Oh yeah,
good for them.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and I don't find anything wrong with that, and I don't find nothing wrong with custom rifles, all that. But really, the idea that it's going to be a big seller just because it has swappable barrels, that's very, very small. Like you said, 500, 250.
500, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very small market, man.
I'd rather just buy a new gun.
Yeah, exactly.
People have like 5 or 6 guns. You just grab your gun and go to the range.
Right.
Or go hunting or wherever.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
I like their barrels, though. I mean, it's super light. They're super awesome.
Oh, yeah. Their barrels are sweet. And I'm sure what I find weird is that some of the barrels that you can buy to switch out, well, it's just regular. I mean, they're not a regular barrel, but as opposed to only carbon fiber wrapped.
Yeah.
Which kind of surprised me, actually. I figure if you're already buying a $4,000 rifle and you expect to swap the barrels out,
the barrel
kind of surprised me.
Well, just
especially
remember,
for them.
If you swap the barrel, you might as well plan on taking a day off to go to the range and reserve the daggum thing, because you got to take the scope off in order to do the barrel swap procedure and put the scope back on. And once the scope back's on, there, your zeros, your new barrel moves around
even
anyway.
if
Zero's going to be off the crap anyway. So
do you have to take the scope off?
It's a different round.
Well,
I don't know if you do on this one. It looks like it's set back far enough that you might not have to.
Into a vise and crank it down.
True.
Scope on it when they swap the barrels. So
yeah, they didn't. I watched both of their videos they had available, and they didn't have the optic on it, at least when I was paying attention to it. So, yeah, you have to re-zero after you do this easy barrel swap.
Well,
you still have to go and
even though
the gun.
Say you just do a regular barrel swap and don't take the scope. You don't have to take the scope off. You're going to have a different caliber, and the different caliber is going to necessitate a new zero, right?
Guess you're right.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Yeah.
I mean,
or you can just get a rifle with 300 Magnum and be done with it.
Uh-huh.
And not have to worry about doing anything else with it.
Or, Tony, the nice thing about swapping uppers for ARs is theoretically the lower is just a lower. The upper would be what would actually maintain zero with your scope. So that would just be a case where you can swap, and no big deal.
I have no problem with that. I'm just saying, as swappable as an upper and a lower is on AR, I still don't know when it does it. You know what I mean? So telling me that this is going to be like a big new thing, I'm like, no, it's not. Because I can change my AR out with 2 pins. And
Tony. When I buy a new upper, yes, it's a swappable for about a month. Then I go, crap, I need a lower to match with this upper, and I'm done with it. That's the excuse to buy lower.
Exactly. And that's what everybody does.
I buy uppers so I can buy lower. So I'm like that other guy on the AR-15 podcast. I must have about a dozen or 2 dozen unassembled lowers somewhere around here.
Nice.
When you go to the gun store, it's like, I don't need a lower. $75. Okay.
Well, they're not that high.
Buy 10 of them. We'll give you what?
Well,
they're not.
Andersons are like $29.
Andersons
are like $29.
That's the last time I bought them, which was a couple of years ago. Because I looked around, I got this many fucking lowers. I don't need another lower.
Yeah, they're dirt cheap nowadays.
Oh my God! Yeah, it's crazy.
Okay, so now we're going to get into something that is still pricey, but I guess you're paying for the lightweight.
And Zane will wake up now.
I was gonna say something that's actually like in my wheelhouse, because we're way out of my lane right now.
It's in my lane because they're only like an hour south of me, but that's a different story. Actually, more than that, more like 2.5. We have the V7 Enlightened rifle, and what it is it is an AR-15. So, but if you know anything about V7, they pretty much make lightweight parts. They use some aluminum, lithium stuff instead of, so it's not plastic. It's still an aluminum alloy. Let's see this one, Enlightened 2055 lithium aluminum upper receiver. Uses their Hyperlight Keymod or M-Lock 13.5-inch handguard. It is a 14.5-inch barreled rifle, so it comes with a pinned and welded gas block or muzzle device. I'm not sure what they put on it. It comes with a titanium gas block. It's a 1-in-7 twist poly rifled barrel. It also has a titanium bolt carrier group in 5.56 with the titanium firing pin. It uses their lightweight charging handle, their lightweight port door, which is like a feather, ultra light and large end port door rod, which I don't know what it's made out of, but it's, kind of their combo thing. It's a titanium A2 style comp that's pinned and welded on there. It comes with a DLC black finish. It also goes with their Enlightened lower, same stuff. It's Teflon coated, carbine buffer tube, so another lightweight. Castle nut, titanium buffer retainer, Teflon coated stuff, enhanced H1 buffer with their Teflon coating. Boy, they use that stuff a lot. A selector, a 57-degree selector with a titanium core, lightweight mag catch, tool steel bolt latch, which is I'm kind of surprised at. Ultralight takedown pivot pins, titanium trigger hammer pins, and titanium grip screw. It uses a Geisley G2S trigger, an MFT gunfighter stock, a BCM grip, and a Tango down mag. And here's the catch. It weighs 4 pounds 9 ounces empty. Overall length is 31.5 inches. Price on it is $2,800. I don't know what it'll be cheaper in the stores, but with lightweight rifles like this, that seems to be about the going rate.
And if it matters to you, it does not have a forward assist or a brass deflector on it.
But I really like the fact that also with as much Teflon as it's made of, you can fry an egg on it and it won't stick.
I'm still missing the point.
For $3,000,
like they'll sell as many of these as proof. We just ragged on Proof Research for their $5,000 bolt gun, which is actually useful. But
it's going to be about the same amount that they get sold, probably.
No, they'll sell more. They'll sell more of these because there's that race to the bottom that we were talking about before the show that I just don't understand. I'm totally down with a lightweight gun, but I do not understand this race to the bottom. How light can we get it? But if
they sell 500, I'll be amazed.
Yeah, I don't know.
I did a consulting gig for a company that makes ARs in the $3,000 to $5,000 range. A very, very well-known company that has national recognition. Everybody on the show's heard from them. Heard about them. And, no, they're in their AR company, not them.
Are they in Oregon too?
What?
Are they in Oregon too, like these guys?
No. But they sell like 4,500 guns a year total.
Yeah.
And I'm like, and they're like, well, how can we sell more guns? I'm like, you're not. That's the market. That's the market for $3,000 to $5,000 rifles.
Yeah.
You know, you got
I'm like in a world when I can pick up a $399 AR-15 at the back breaking weight of 7 pounds. I don't need. Now, if you want to buy high end, high quality, whatever, and the best of the best, fine. But there is nothing here that says it's the best of the best. This
It's a
is just
titanium port door.
whatever they do. Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that 29 gram? Is that 29 gram titanium port door? When
We recommend using this product. It's $57 for the door on their website, and then you have to buy a special port door rod. I would, before I paid $57, bought uppers complete for less than $57.
Oh yeah,
Like I guess I just take a hammer, and knock it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, like everybody said, it's the race to the bottom, and they're going to sell X amount, however they sell in this price range. They might sell
even with dudes that are just building them in their garages. There's this some sort of an attraction to have the lightest AR. I don't personally. Okay. I'm a little.
They just watch too many Nothing Fancy videos.
Well, no, here it is. My friend Angelo, who won the Minuteman Challenge Championship chip holder nacho cheese championship. Angelo showed up and he had a 4.5 pound AR. It was awesome. It was great. It's polymer lower, whole thing. Not $2,000. You know what I'm saying? So you can build one for $1,000 or less. And again, it's your own. You build it, you customize it, you whatever, and it's your gun. So to buy one already made, thing proprietary from them, why?
And I want a brass deflector.
Of course you want a brass deflector.
And the Ford Assist, right?
Nope, don't care about the Ford Assist. Never used one. Never needed it. But
don't know anyone that did.
I don't know anyone's actually used one. I don't know. The other thing with super lightweight guns is depending on how you set your rifles up, it can become really front end heavy. Like depending on how much crap you put on your on your rails. I like a light, a hand stop, and a backup sight, and I like them all as far out as I can get. So, at what point when you go too light with a gun? Are you now throwing off the balance characteristics of the thing?
My other thing,
you've got that balance weight. It's just a torque thing.
It's transitions, rapid fire and transition, target. I mean, there's all that stuff you take into account. Now, if you're building a range to it and having fun with it, I don't care how much you spend on it. You can get this titanium, super lightweight, lithium greased up, whatever you call this thing, covered in Teflon. It's a range toy. But really, how many classes you really going to take this to? You're going to take this out to Tactical freaking Solutions and have James Jaeger jump up and down on your AR? I don't think so. So, I mean, what are you going to do with this? And it's cool to do whatever you want. I'm not poo-pooing on you, but yeah, this is a small market, and good luck because you have 2A armament. You have
and how much does it weigh?
4.9 pounds.
Yeah.
How much does a regular M16 weigh?
Depends on which one. We talked about it before.
Not like an M16A1.
Like
A1,
pounds.
I think it weighed 7 pounds, something like that.
Yeah, like 7 pounds.
4 pounds 9.
So you're like
4 pounds 9 ounces. So
2.5 pounds lighter, maybe.
Again, I talked about it. M16A2 weighed almost 9 pounds.
Right, but your original like A1 M16 or something with the pencil barrels. Is that what they're coming in at?
Yeah. And I've got a factory car 15, like a lightweight splitter, and it probably weighs in the 5.2 then. 5.2, it's got the aluminum, original 3-position aluminum buttstock, aluminum Armalite bag. I mean, I'd rather have a mil-spec car 15 built in the 70s than I would this thing if I was going to, if something was going to get after me in the middle of the night.
Well, and the other thing, too, you got to remember is, like, if you look at a standard like SP1 or an M16A1 with the pencil barrel, they're running a 20-inch barrel, too. I mean, and a fixed, front sight base, a fixed carry handle sight. I mean,
You're right.
And a full-size buttstock and furniture.
yeah.
According to Wikipedia, the M16 rifle is not designating which one, and we know how accurate Wikipedia can be. They're saying 6.37 pounds.
But either way,
and I'm looking at the picture they're showing is definitely a 20-inch barrel, and it's definitely got an A2 look to it. So,
yeah, yep. So, yeah, the race to the bottom. I mean, I have a 6-pound AR, basically without a sight. It weighs 6 something, and it's it's plenty light. I mean, it doesn't feel odd or anything. But I've also shot. I don't know, what was that one that was like 4.5 pounds or a little lighter than this one?
This is for bragging rights. That's what this is.
Yeah.
This is. I got the lightest AR.
I can do this.
That's not polymer.
What happens when you have to mortar this sucker off the concrete?
Yeah.
I forgot about the polymer guns.
Yeah. Oh, geez, don't even talk about them.
What was that?
The polymer.
Polymer.
Oh, polymer. Oh, yeah. Well, I got the G-Wax Armory lower, but that thing is just a beast. So, yeah, you can whack it into everything. I haven't broken it yet, so, that's saying a lot. I haven't broken any of it yet, so I'm kind of cool with that. But you got a full-size buttstock pistol grip all in one piece. And, again, you're not breaking any records, but, I mean, once you get
I towed around an HK91, so I'm not even trying to be lightweight.
No, I've gotten over that.
No, you're not.
I've gotten well over that heavy crap because I carried an M60 E3. So
that's a nice piece as well.
And heavy ain't cool. Matter of fact, I didn't even want an AR until people started requesting classes from us. That's the only reason I own an AR-15.
Yeah. So I guess the switch was kind of obvious to throw in the show notes. This I saw and I was like, oh, we'll talk about V7. I mean, they're a pretty good company. I mean, this is their race to the low lightweight, and they make lightweight parts like 2A Armament does and F1 Firearms, and all these other companies make lightweight stuff. This is just their version. Hey, people buy it. Not tons of people, but people buy it. So that's.
I wonder between people buying it or do people buy the parts and build their own? You know what I'm saying? Like go from site to site, buy parts, put it together, and just build slowly their lightweight ARs.
I think that's probably what happens. If nothing else, like they'll buy the receiver set, the upper lower, and then go site to site and buy the rest of the parts, because
then save a few more weeks for their $57 port door.
Exactly. Well, why not just
had to put
door off and save the 29 grams or whatever? I mean, it already doesn't exist.
We had a guy from Aberdeen Arsenal in a class one time, and we were doing these ejection drills, and we're looking at him, and he puts his gun on the ground and closes his port door with his finger. And then he's like, gets back up, and he like can't figure out like what's wrong. We're like, well, you closed your door. And he's like, no, I didn't. I'm like, dude, we all watched you reach down with your finger while that gun was on the ground and close that port door. He's the only person I've ever seen like close one on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Zane.
Yo.
During when we were doing rifle drills, didn't we close the port door?
You're supposed to. They train. So all your rifle conditions are in the Marines teach. All your rifle conditions are with your ejection port closed. I don't close mine anymore. Even I'll post pictures and I still got like old gunnies and stuff on my Facebook. They'll be like, "Oh, your ejection port's open." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't care."
No. I mean, when we're doing actual rifle drill, not rifle drills, but rifle drill. Well, when you bring it up to port arms, isn't that like one of them?
Right. Yeah. So it's inspection arms, I think, is what you're talking about. Where after you ensure your chamber's empty and before you transfer it, I believe you close your port door.
Yep. Hey, dude, you got to give it to me. I haven't done it since like 1990. So
It's pretty good.
Tony,
I'm sorry.
how old are you? Oh, never mind. Well, okay. Hey, guess what? We got some listener feedback.
Uh-oh.
And I got an answer for
Oh
you.
my God.
I'm amazing, and we got to answer questions too.
Wait,
It's
you want me to
from
work?
Dyslexic Scribe or something like that. Hi, y'all. Started listening just a few months ago, and thanks to the crew, I took the dive in to purchase my first rifle and pistol. Quite a few 10-22s and shotgun. I am now looking to purchase my first hunting rifle for whitetail and maybe elk, if I'm lucky. Any questions would be appreciated. My maximum price before the scope is around $1,200. Thank you again for all the laughs and opinions. Too many anti-gun friends to speak about my passion in real life. What do you recommend then?
So
Jacob's
with
here,
that
but
budget, you've got,
he's got
Lots
a
of
lot.
options.
you've got
I just-
lots of options.
Well, I mean, I'm not Jacob, so you know,
But I
he's
think
got
we should turn this over to Jacob.
$17,000 bolt action. But what I was talking about was like a Tika Hunter, something from Tika. They make good stuff. You can either get polymer stuff or wood furniture. And something like 6.5. That'll Creed or even 6.5 Creedmoor. They all have the same. They don't have long action, short action with Tika. They have one size action. So something like that, and it still runs in the 6-pound range for a rifle. And their quality stuff, free float, MOA. It's just a quality rifle. And first time out, you're kind of knocking it out the park with the price range. And that's just one rifle. There's other stuff out there, but that's what I actually looked up just for this question.
Yeah, I'm super
Anybody
biased towards Savage because that's what I shoot. But if I was going to strictly go for whitetail, I'd probably say look at like a 270 or something like that. But if you're going to do a lot of elk, I might move to a 30 caliber. I don't know. I live in South Florida, so we shoot tiny deer down here. So, but
yeah, I
live in
We
Jersey.
like dog-sized deer down here.
I live in Jersey. We just hit them with cars on the parkway.
That's the way to
but
do
yeah,
it.
with that,
Yeah.
with that budget though, I mean, there's literally a ton of good rifles in that sub $1,200 range.
oh yeah,
That's an odd spot price-wise.
It is because you're not there to that top end stuff, but you're way above some really, really good options. You can get really, really good rifles for that $600 to $800. You know. So
well, the other thing is
I like Savage.
like some of the CZs or something. I mean, they make a nice rifle. I've not priced them recently, but and my other question
These
to him would be,
up there.
yeah, are they?
What was that?
My other is he going to spend this much? What's he going to spend on a scope? I mean,
I'm thinking the
I'd
same
be
thing.
better. Yeah, I'd rather see him spend $1,500 on a scope and spend $600 on a rifle.
I mean,
than the other way around.
I got to admit, by reading that thing, I worked in a gun store a long time. I'm saying that he thinks he's going to spend $1,200 on a gun and $99 on a scope.
And
Yeah,
that's the thing.
like
that $99 Kona special right there. Why don't my gun shoot? Oh, and he's got to think about rings too. I'm a Bagheera fan, right? Like I went on a hunt with Chris Barrett's new Fieldcraft rifle, which is about $300 more than what this is. But if I've got a Bagheera. I like Bagheera. I mean, their barrels are top notch. Tika's a great choice too.
The Bagheeras are what base price is around $900 or something. Yeah,
$800 and a Leupold scope or something would be great. But I would not go 6.5 at all.
I would do 308 probably if you're shooting elk.
Yeah, you can do 6.5 with the elk, right? But somebody that's asking the internet what he should be buying is probably not got the skill level to place that bullet where it needs to be placed on that elk. I wasn't talking
6.5 Creedmoor. I was talking about 6.5 by 55, like Swede.
I still don't think the bullet selection on the 6.5 Swede's really limited, right?
Yeah, but it's old school.
Oh, I get it.
It is old.
I think this guy needs to be in the 308 range. Because you can also buy ammo, right? Like you go to your average gun store, like your average NSSF 5-star range, like even like South Florida, right? Like you go to most of those gun stores, they don't have 6.5 Swede.
No.
Walmart,
that's true.
like, you know.
So 308
This guy-
will pretty much take care of everything from deer to elk, and you're done.
Yeah.
We solved all your problems. Congratulations. Thank you for calling.
Well, and the thing with 308 is you're gonna find the most information about ballistics on it. It's
Zane hit it on the head.
You know, you're gonna have a better bullet selection.
Oh yeah,
I like
especially-
long action stuff, so that's why I like a 270 because I don't like a 30-06. But again, I'm not shooting elk down here in South Florida either. So I think you really
can
can
run
go
everything in South Florida with the 22 Magnum.
You really can. You really can.
Where do you live at in South Florida?
I'm literally right underneath Lake Okeechobee.
Oh, nice. I lived in Delray Beach for 4 years. Loved it.
Okay. Yep. Nice.
Well, truthfully, I mean,
so I think we've all agreed. Spend like $600, spend $600 to $800 on a rifle and get a better scope
and rings and better rings.
Yeah, don't cheap out on the rings because
what kind of rings do you typically go with, Jacob?
If like this, he should get some tally rings. I mean, or you order rings from the rifle. Like if you get a Tikka, get Tikka rings. If you get a Bagheera, get Bagheera rings. I took a guy to Africa last year that won a contest, and he worked at a gun store. He sold a bunch of Canic pistols, and he brought a Remington, whatever. Like it was any Remington's a poor choice, but like a 788 or whatever this thing was, and it had the factory rings on it, and they didn't Loctite them down. And in Africa, you're bouncing up and down on the road because we're doing like 100 kilometers an hour in these like pre-runner trucks, and he shot a wildebeest and gut shot it. And we tracked this thing for like 8.5 miles through the fucking desert. And it turns out his screws had come loose on his mounts and his rings because nobody had looked at it. Like nobody had taken it apart, made sure it was rock solid, and they'd worked themselves out. Rings are the most important part of this whole situation. This guy's talking about bases and rings.
Yep. I gotcha.
All right. Hey, really? Listen, even in South Florida, you go to the right zoo, you can hunt anything you want.
Say what?
Jeez,
so you speak from experience, Tony.
Okay, let's wrap this thing up. Oh, wait, we got to give Tony his second is for everyone stuff.
All right. Hey, second is for everyone. Like I said, it was really successful, and I thank everyone that came out. Really appreciate it. I'd like to thank the NRAILA for coming out and everyone who spoke. 2018 is going to be big. We're going to do some different things in 2018. One of the things I'm doing is reaching out to New Jersey Pride. We're going to be at the Pride Parade in Asbury Park this year and represent as answer questions and welcome people of the LGBTQI lifestyle to the Second Amendment in person in Asbury Park, New Jersey, because our Second Amendment rights in this country is to grow the community that actually uses the Second Amendment. We're going to start back up in February of this year. I have no plans of going to SHOT Show and NRA, but what I'm going to do is go to the Great American Outdoor Show. It's a 9-day show in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Awesome. Second weekend is awesome. Every day in between is like walking death. It is just slow, but I'll have a chance to talk to a bunch of the people and hopefully get some new sponsors for the diversity shoots. You guys, I still have the GoFundMe if you guys want to help, because I need help during the holiday season. Companies aren't giving stuff away like they used to because, again, on the sales with guns industry, it's just down. So getting free stuff at this time of year is really difficult. Plus, everyone's getting ready for the SHOT Show. So if you guys can donate and help me out, really appreciate it. Go to our website, 2A4E Podcast. We just put out episode 10 with Sean and I, and we're talking shotgun. diversityshoot.com. Check out our podcast. And thanks a lot, as always, for having me on the show.
Yep. Jacob, since you're the new guy, if you want to say where people can find you or anything, you're welcome to.
Well, I want to find out where Tony's at in Jersey.
Exit 9, baby. Exit 9.
It's a non-disclosed location.
So you're not far from me.
No, it's disclosed. Believe me.
Do you know? Do you know Rocco De La Rocca? Do you know Rocco?
Rocco. Yep.
At the pistol range, Rocco.
Rocco has been to our diversity shoots from the beginning.
Oh, that's awesome! I was just down at their new pistol range the other day. I'm like 45 minutes from Rocco here behind the lines, as I say.
Because Jersey isn't.
I'm in Brooklyn.
It's a bridge away, dude.
We got 6 months. My girlfriend finishes her residency in 6 months. We're out of here. I'm on Instagram. I'm R. Jacob Herman on Instagram. Nightvision.com. Night Vision's on Instagram, Facebook. I'm not on Facebook. I got off of that. But I appreciate you guys having me on the show. I love podcasts. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, thanks for showing up. Maybe. I mean, if you want to keep coming on, we might be able to work you in if you like staying up late in New York and stuff.
All depends on my travel schedule. That generally.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll go into the wrap up now. Since edit this thing and bleep out everybody. Send questions or comments to gungearreview@gmail.com. Remember to subscribe and leave us an iTunes review, just like Dyslexic Scribe did. Check out all the other shows on the Firearms Radio Network at firearmsradio.tv. Be sure to visit the Firearms Insider for reviews and industry coverage. Facebook at /Firearms Insider. Us at Firearms Insider on Instagram. And if I will be going to SHOT, so if there's something you guys want me to specifically check out, just send us an email at the Gun Gear Review, and I will see what I can do. So I guess we're done for the day, so we are out.
Bye, Felicia.